Welcome to Woman of Valor, Word of the Day. I am Pastor Joanne, sharing your word this morning. We are still in the book of Exodus, dealing with ourselves, because that's how I see that book. It's literally dealing with the heart of men. In this book, one cannot stop thinking about Moses, and especially when he had the burning bush moment. And if I have to name this encouragement this day, I would say your burning bush moment. Step into holy ground. In life we are always faced with moments that actually stops us in our tracks. This could be a mighty opportunity. It could be a challenge. It could be a dream. It could be your calling, your purpose, whatever it is. But it's moments so big that it really makes you stop and think, is this really God calling me? Is this really what I need to follow? Is this really the opportunity for me? But this is what God's saying. God saying that is your burning bush moment. And God is saying to you, I have something for you. Pay attention and step closer. So for me, when you are faced with a burning bush moment, don't be discouraged. Embrace it and ask God to show you what is it that you need to do in that moment, because God is saying, I have something for you. Step closer and pay attention. Exodus 3, 5, 6, and I'm just paraphrasing, says, do not come any closer, God said to Moses. Take off your sandals, for this place where you are standing on is holy ground. There's instruction in that verse. In order to pay attention and to step closer, there's one thing that we need to do is to take off our sandals. Even before approaching the presence of God, we need to take off. So I don't know what do you carry when you come in the presence of God, but Moses had to remove his sandals before even approaching the bush. And this was not just any moment, it was a holy moment, a moment that requires respect, a moment that requires reverence, and a moment that requires readiness. So the burning bush means that God is present, irrespective of how big or how overwhelming we are in our situations. God is always present. The bush is on fire, and that's the beauty. The bush is on fire, but it never burned out. Sometimes in life, our bush can be pain, struggle, or an opportunity that feels very overwhelming. But one thing is for sure, it is also a place where God's power and purpose resides. Your burning bush is not a problem to fear. It's a divine invitation to step into your purpose. God's presence does not destroy. It only transforms. And for that reason, Moses had to take off his sandals in order for a transformation to take place. Taking off your sandals speaks about humility and obedience. God gave Moses the instruction to say, take off your sandals. This is holy ground. Moses then recognized that it is holy ground. This wasn't an ordinary life moment. It was a God-ordained moment. Moses had to humble himself, so he had to get rid of your self-righteous, your pride, and whatever it's all about you needed to get rid of it. And he did. He was ready to obey and not even argue. He also had to prepare to receive instructions. Sometimes we go into stuff thinking we know it all, but God is saying, take a step back, because you need to prepare yourself to receive instructions, because on this journey called salvation, there's always going to come instructions from God. And he needed to focus to hear God's voice. So what am I saying? When we are faced with our burning bush moments, we must step back from pride, release distraction, quiet the voices or the noises that's in our head, and we should be ready to listen and obey what God has for us. Point number 3, stepping into your purpose, or stepping into purpose. Moses' burning bush became the turning point of his life. He went from tending sheep to leading a nation. He went from fear and uncertainty to faith and action. Your burning bush or my burning bush moment is a call to action. We are not supposed to wait and tarry when we are faced with situation. It is a holy place where God reveals His purpose. It is where the impossible becomes possible, because why? God is with you, and God is holding your hand to say, this is what I want you to do. This is how I want you to do it. So today, when you are faced with situations that's so overwhelming that your heart and your mind even can't comprehend, think about the burning bush moment. Think about letting go of unnecessary things. Step closer into the presence of God. Pay attention. Listen to instruction, because God is the only one that can actually give you your instruction for your assignment. Say this with me, because this is just a mini declaration that I put together. I will pay attention to my burning bush moment. I will remove the sandals of fear and doubt. I will step into the holy ground God has prepared for me. And the last one, I will trust God to transform my moment into purpose. May that be your declaration today. The bush might be on fire, but it will not stop you in your tracks. The bush may call you to a greater purpose. The burning bush may reveal God's presence and power. Your burning bush moment is not an obstacle, it is holy ground. So the instruction is clear. Step closer, remove your sandals, listen and obey, and watch God move in ways you could never imagine. May God bless His word. May God bless you. And I trust that when you are faced with your burning bush moment, that you will remember this, that you need to take off your sandals, you need to step closer, you need to listen, and then you need to obey God's word. I pray that you have a blessed day further, and God bless. Thanks. Bye.